ni viongozi wa kaunti yetu wa taifa letu pia wameweza kuangalia na kutazama ile msimamo ambao viongozi wa kidini pia wanao katika masuala ya taifa. Japo tuachie pale, Jumanne ijayo tena tukipata muda tutakuwepo kwenye awamu ya pili ya West TV Staff Time kuangazia usemi wa viongozi wa kidini katika masuala na uongozi wa taifa. Mimi naitwa Winnie Wanyonyi, mgeni wetu Askofu Ignatius Wanjala, mwelekezi wetu Kelvin Kibet. Tunamalizia pale awamu ya 3, wanaingia timu ya The Morning Scope.
Amen. Barikiwe sana.
West TV, tazama ilivyo.
Jeni ya kikwetu West FM ya burudisha na ya fundisha.
Unapowataja tunawakumbuka.
Kwa yako anafanya mahali fulani, sasa tuwe hatuta kusema kwa village. Ati hauna adabu kwa village.
Hapo Ijumaa idadi finyu sana ya wanaume inapatikana nyumbani. Leo ndio wamesema kwamba tumepewa extra work. Leo tunalala Kakamega, leo tumetumwa Kisumu, leo tuko Nakuru, and in real sense hakuna mahali wametumwa. Amelala hapa Marel.
They are not saying.
Na kwake ni hapa total.
Unapoitisha tunabonyeza tu.
Changamka, semaji ukiwa wapi msikilizaji? Alafu vile kwenye jumbe fupi 23669 sema nasi. Changamka. Hey.
Unaondoa ukweli. Wewe madikia meonako mwanamke akijinga kaburi.
Na unapoitisha zaidi tunakuchangamsha.
Changamka na West FM, kipindi chako msikilizaji ambacho kinapiga vitu vyote ambavyo unavihitaji. Watu wakupenda rumba wanapenda rumba, watu wakupenda sukuz wanaruka na sukuz. Watu wangu ambao wanasema jamani, sisi watu wa Lingala tunapiga Lingala, alafu najua tunazuru mataifa yote.
Malkia na Palinyang, Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa saa 10 alasiri hadi saa 1 jioni. West FM station ya kikwetu.
West FM, West FM.
What is mathematics? When I was growing up, I had difficulties in solving mathematical problems. The vocabulary of mathematics is basically numbers and signs. Let me show you how. The mastery of mathematics revolves around this triangle, where at the top apex we have the tables. The tables work on the 10 numbers that we have in mathematics. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the only numbers that mathematics holds. And the tables are tables of multiplication, tables of addition, tables of subtraction and division. We have so many formula, and formula is like a key. Problems in mathematics, which if you don't have the formula, you cannot solve them. Such problems can be like finding areas of circles. And so without a formula, there are problems in maths that you can't do. Then when we come to the computing, that is where the blood life of mathematics is. Because there's no problem in mathematics that will be solved without either adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing. One may wonder the difference between the tables and the computing science. They are interrelated. First, you must know the tables so that you can know how to compute a problem like, say, 98 times 92. Tables will help you to be an accurate computer. You must be perfect in the tables to be able to compute properly. Mathematics is logic and reason. Easy to play with numbers and signs. Join me, Dr. Omar Kundu, every Saturday at 9:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. Learn.
West TV, tazama ilivyo.
Good morning, dear viewer. This is the Morning Scoop. It's another Tuesday where we do another conversation. As you know, every Tuesday we come here with different conversations on different topics, looking at various aspects in our society. Today, we want to stay in the county of Kakamega. What's happening in the county of Kakamega? We want to look at the food security in the county of Kakamega. You see, when the year began, everyone was excited because the government was bringing in subsidized farm inputs, that seeds and fertilizer. And then along the way, we started having a conversation about fake fertilizer. And then, you follow the story, how we cover the stories, and eventually how it turned out to be. The government owned up, talked about compensation. What we don't know is whether they compensated. We don't have that on record, and a few other things. But then the county of Kakamega, according to research, is that 1 out of 3 people, 1 out of 3 households is food deficient. That should be a big headache to the county government of Kakamega. And then, as guys who watch it from out here, I'll also see a lot more things concerning food insecurity or food deficiency in the county of Kakamega. So that's the conversation we want to have this morning. On behalf of Kelvin Kibet, who is directing the show, I just want to welcome you on the Morning Scope. My guest is Mr. Emmanuel Kariuki. He's the chief officer in the county government of Kakamega. And without much ado, I just want to take this opportunity to invite him. My name is CKS. Let's begin. My brother.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm very fine.
Yes.
Yes.
When you say very fine, it means you are on the extreme.
Yes, I'm okay. By the grace of God, I am able to say that I'm very fine.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
On the Morning Scope, we do a number of conversations. Mm-hmm. Today, we want to dwell in your backyard. Mm-hmm. You know Kakamega?
Yes.
We don't.
I know Kakamega.
So you need to demystify.
Yes.
You need to break it down. You need to open it up. Mm-hmm. Let the viewers see what's happening there.
Yes.
But then we begin with a proverb. If you fetch the water, you'll know the value of every drop.
True.
What does that mean?
It simply means that what you have worked for, you know the value of it, and you know the reason why you should treasure it and keep it. Mm-hmm. So as a county, we have our people, our food that we have to secure, and guard it selfishly. Because without food, there is no livelihood. Mm. Yes.
What is the state of food security in the county of Kakamega?
As you indicated earlier, that we cannot say that we are 100% food secure. Quite a number of our people are food insecure. I don't want to concur with you with the 1 out of 3 are food secure. Mm-hmm. But we are averagely 50-50 in terms of food security.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are even saying numbers are slightly higher than I thought they will be.
Yes.
So what are the contributing factors? What makes that to be the state as we speak?
Now maybe I will want to bring my perspective from the point that what makes us food insecure. Mm. We have quite a number of challenges that face our farmers. Now, as the population grows in Kakamega County, because we are now doing a population of above 2 million, then our land sizes due to subdivision are becoming smaller.
Yeah.
That one affects our production, given that land is the biggest factor of production in agriculture. So culturally, we believe in inheriting land, and if you have 5 sons, you will subdivide the land, each one of your sons to get a place to build a house, a homestead in that case. So the land becomes smaller. That means the production, the food we produce becomes lesser.
Yeah.
We have other factors that contribute. We have climate change, of course, which is cutting across. We have issues of farm input. Farm input has become a bit expensive across. And now most of our people, or quite a number of our people, are not able to access quality farm input Those are some of the factors that are contributing to food deficiency in our county. Yes. But to mention more, there are very many. But those are the main ones.
But you see, Kakamega is so unique in the sense that some areas, the populations are a bit high.
Yes.
Some areas are not.
Yes.
Is it uniform or it's concentrated?
Kakamega is subdivided into 3 zones. We have the northern zone, which constitutes of 3 sub-counties. We have the central and we have the southern. So in the northern side, they have a big sizes of land as compared to the southern and central.
Okay.
So we can comparatively say that the northern is more food secure as compared to the southern and central.
Okay.
Yes.
Then when you look at culturally,
yes,
you mentioned subdivision of land.
Yes.
Don't you think it's a time we start a new conversation? Because personally, I do heritage shows on West Media, both radio and TV.
Yes.
And I interact culturally with stakeholders. There is a very difficult conversation going on among custodians of our heritage,
yes,
especially concerning land. Don't you think it's a new thinking that should be supported by, say, the county administration to address that kind of conversation?
Yeah, it is a conversation that we have to start it and advance it, because they say that change is inevitable. That as our population grow, we have to get a strategy of getting more food production.
Yeah.
And this culture of subdivision of land must change. And it can only change through a policy, through a certain law. Now, as we stand, we have not developed any law that limits subdivision of land. But it is an idea that we will be advancing. But for stop-gap measures, we are trying to see how to improve accessibility of land.
Okay.
We are working on land lease policy. That is an advanced stage, where we are trying to advocate for even the ladies, the women, to be able to access more land. So in terms of if you look at culture, it's believed that land belongs to men.
To the man, yes.
To the man. So these are some of the guidelines and the laws that will help our women to access land through a well-structured way, so that we can increase the farming activity.
Good.
Yes.
I think that would be an interesting conversation,
yes,
to, though it's going out of the story, but let's just dwell on it a bit. You see, I interacted with elders from the Kabaras community.
Yes.
They said, as a community, they've agreed as elders in the Kabaras community. They've lodged their agreement with the court that none of the Kabaras can be able to sell land outside Kabaras community. When you do this policy, don't you think you need to include these elders so that it can be accepted? The uptake can be easier than just coming with a policy and make it a campaign tool.
That one will be much in order to involve them, because actually in the development of the laws, there is what we call stakeholder engagement.
Yes.
So when it reaches that level, we shall be able to engage them, get their views. And if actually we see it is a majority wish to have such a kind of direction, then it will be incorporated in the laws.
Okay.
Yes.
When we talk about food deficiency or food insecure, what comes to mind mostly is poverty.
Yes.
Of the 2 million people in Kakamega County, less than 10% actually stay in town. The bulk of them are in the rural.
It's true.
So it means these are the people who go to what you guys call the posho mill. Yeah, they use the posho mill. They buy maize for the day. Okay, the bulk of them do that.
Yes.
Then, at the same time, we have very small areas for us to plant the same maize,
yes,
which is actually the biggest food in the county. So levels of poverty and low levels of where to do the farming. How are you addressing the two? Because As a county administration, you must have thought about how to manage poverty levels.
Now, away from maybe just leveraging on the issue of land sizes, there is an aspect of productivity.
Okay.
We can still have small land sizes, but increase our productivity. Most of our farmers are still doing the traditional way. They have not embraced the new technologies in farming. So as a county, we are advocating, we are training our farmers on new technologies, just to ensure that even with the small piece of land, the small size of land, they can be able to produce more. In the previous years, you could get an acre of land, for example. A farmer will be able to get 4 to 8 bags. But with the coming of new technology, with farm input subsidies from the county government, they can be able to do between 15 and 25.
Okay.
Where we even have extreme cases in the northern region where they are doing up to 35, 40 bags per acre. So we shall, with the land you cannot balloon it. You actually have to live within it,
yes,
but improve on its production. So we have several measures to make sure that we improve production through subsidized farm input subsidies, through modern technologies of farming,
yes,
and so on.
Then there are some crops, even if you're using maize, but then there are some crops that are more vulnerable. Say, if you know that the maize you're growing is not enough, what else can you do? As in, do we have variety, and what are the varieties?
As a county government of Kakamega, we are promoting other food crops apart from maize. We are promoting sweet potatoes through a Flocker program. This financial year, we have set aside some money for that. And last financial year, we also spent some 10 million in promotion of sweet potatoes. And this, we factored 2 wards. I mean, in 60 wards, we took 2 community areas. That's a total of 120 community areas, where we were able to train them on a modern way of planting sweet potatoes, and we also supplied the potato vines. We are promoting banana, and banana majorly we are promoting on the southern side, that is Butere, Huisero. We even have a banana processing factory in the southern side. We are also promoting avocado, and those are some of the food crops that we are trying to supplement, trying to beef up, and trying to avoid over-dependence on maize. Even cassava is part of what we are promoting in Kakamega.
Some of the crops you're mentioning are, well, they take longer to mature, and they take longer to, as in, so some of them are one of harvest. For example, banana, once you cut it, it's done.
Yes.
Potatoes, it's a traditional way. You could use the same feeding in the family, but nowadays, and the idea that we could actually sell a bit of them, it will be one of harvest. So it means maize will still be a greater, it will still hold a greater position on the family tables.
Yes.
But then there's this belief that without ugali, you have not eaten.
It's true.
Yeah.
That one is true, that if specifically a man from Western sleeps without taking ugali, then he has slept hungry.
Yeah.
It's a narrative that is there, it's just a belief, but we can do a paradigm shift, that even if you take rice, you can sleep and wake up in the morning very strong. We are promoting upland rice. This rice where you don't need to go and plant in the swampy areas. And once our people can diversify, be able to eat rice for supper, for example, sweet potatoes, then we believe this over-dependence of maize will take us a place if we diversify.
Every conversation we make, there are those who will be excited with it.
Yes.
You see, when you talk about promoting upland rice,
yes,
are you planning it now? Is it underway, or it's the conversation?
We are doing pilots. We have not gone full scale, but Usually it's a bit, cultural change.
Yes.
The cultural shift or the paradigm shift.
The mindset.
The mindset is not usually an easy thing. But through sensitization, Barasa campaign, our own campaigns, we are promoting that. We want to tell people rice is also food. It's not, some people will feel it's just a snack, but rice is a meal, a full meal in the table.
A snack is also food. Snacks are food. Well, I'm interested to know what's the approach, because you mentioned barasas, and as a country, we do very badly on barasas. If you set up a barasa, it will end up to be a political rally.
We work closely with the national government. You know very well that chiefs and sub-chiefs are very good at setting up barasas.
Yes.
So we have a very good collaboration between the national government and the county government. So whenever we have barasas that are called by maybe the chief or the sub-chief,
yes,
our administrators will be there, and the administrators, by extension, will invite our agricultural officers.
Okay.
And they will be given a minute to say one thing, what are our programs in agriculture. So we are using such forums to do sensitization. We are also leveraging on a very powerful program that is coming on, the National Agricultural Value Chain Development Program.
Yes.
And it has done a lot in terms of sensitization. And if you look at the way it is going to be implemented, it is more much of farmer involvement. So we want to take advantage of that, even promote more of those crops.
Yes.
Yes.
Someone is asking me to tell you, or someone is telling me to ask you about access to farm inputs in the county. Looks like this year alone gave us interesting scenarios where some got the inputs on time, but others got it much later, and especially the fertilizer bit was a problem. We would come to the fake fertilizer bit, but just accessing it was an issue. It was not structured. There were some areas that delayed in the receiving of these farm inputs. Are you aware of this, and what did you do to address it? Especially going forward.
We understand the mode of planting season in Kakamega County. The southern side will start planting a bit early, and the central. Then the northern side will come later. So in our distribution matrix, we'll tell the supplier to start with the southern as it moves towards the north. Now with the presence of social media, if they see Butere, for example, has received fertilizer and it's not yet in Lukuyani,
they will start
asking those questions.
The right questions.
Of course, they are the right and valid questions. But at the end of it, we brought the fertilizer on time, and the farmers access the fertilizer, and they were able to plant.
Okay.
And if you go to our fields, you will see wonders. This is the year we are doing the best crop.
Okay.
Yes.
Best crop with fake fertilizer. Let's talk about fake fertilizer.
Thank you. I knew you'll come there. And I'm very happy because
good. Talk to me about it.
There is nothing like fake fertilizer in Kakamega County. I have been in the ministry for 2 years plus. I have seen the process of procuring go along. And then here comes the fertilizer. And I've seen it being taken to the shamba, grow maize, and now I'm harvesting. And I'm very confident to say that there's no fake fertilizer.
Then why did the government own up that there was fake fertilizer and that there will be compensations?
Are we referring to county government or national fertilizer?
The government is the government to us. National, county, it's the government. Someone owned up that there was fake fertilizer. Yes. So it doesn't matter whether it was national, Kakamega county government, or whatever county government. There was an admission.
I will not sit on a national TV like this one to confirm there is fake fertilizer. That I'm not privy to the information.
Yes.
What I can confidently talk about is the county government fertilizer, where our mandate lies.
Okay.
With my governor, His Excellency Fernandez Barras.
Yes.
That we procured the right fertilizer. We have demonstrated that the fertilizer is good practically in the fields.
Yes.
We did tests in the laboratory. We have a KEFIS report. We have a KEBS report. And we have an analysis from the government chemist. Which other words can we use to say it is not fake?
So there was no fake fertilizer?
For Kakamega County, there was no fake fertilizer.
So how was it fared on the farms? What are the results like?
If you have been following the social media, you saw Waziri and I and the governor went to the field, and we showed the maize when we were doing planting, when we are doing top dressing. And I think Monday on 30th, we will be going to the field to showcase the productions. The maize is doing very well in the field.
So even if it was fake, somehow it was fakeish.
It was not fake. You know, my brother, one thing, let me tell you, let's avoid politicizing everything. And the worst thing we can do is to politicize food. Because without food, there is no livelihood. Today, if there was no food for 10 days, in the whole world, all of us will not be existing. Scientifically, that you said.
Okay.
So, those people who advanced politics into food issues, they were doing disservice to their people. And we are happy, at some point, they concurred with us that the fertilizer is good. And they came out clearly and said, we were misled. But now the fertilizer is good.
It's good.
We are going to procure more this year, the same fertilizer. We promised the people of Kakamega that we are going to ensure there is food security and wealth creation. That was our manifesto. That was our agenda, 6-point agenda. It is our mandate. How will we again bring fake fertilizer?
Well, those who bring fake fertilizer don't come from your end. They're actually not even your suppliers, but there are some clever guys in between.
We followed the procedure because once we identified the supplier, we did what we call due diligence.
Yes.
We sent our technical officers. They went up to the supplier stores, the go-downs. They confirmed the fertilizer is good. And we want to believe that there's nothing that happened in between, because whatever we saw at the warehouses is what we received. The only challenge is that maybe people could not understand, because this time around the fertilizer had a new face. It is not similar to what we have been supplying the year. So there was a bit of a lapses in terms of sensitization.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
you see, but you see, government sensitization, not just Kakamega, but most administrations take it for granted that what we give them is what they will do. And because you have a few loyalists who will worship whatever you do, you just take it for granted. And that's good, eh?
No, not really.
Okay, let's talk about numbers. Yes. When you say maize is doing well in the farms, do you do 2 seasons or 1 season in Kakamega?
We do 2 seasons in the southern and part of the central.
Okay.
But on the northern side, we
just
do
1 season.
1 season.
So what are the harvests looking like? What are the numbers? Okay, projected.
We are projecting, we do average around 90,000 acres of land. At an average of around 15, average, because the northern will do above 20, the southern will do slightly below 15, 15 there. So if we do an average of 15 bags per acre, that's on the lower side, we'll get up to 3.1 million bags, 90 kg bags of maize. And they say that an average Luya man will take 1.5 bags per year.
Okay.
So with my population of 2 million, I'm almost hitting where every man in the house can have maize for ugali.
Okay. Now, so you're saying next year food insecurity in Kakamega will be the thing of the past?
Not really, because...
Or what are we saying?
That is on average that we are saying we produce 3.1 million bags of maize. But you see, we have to sell some to cater for other expenses. So that means all the maize does not remain in the store. That's where now we create a deficit. So I cannot confirm that now we are going to be food secure. There are other challenges also that come with it.
Does the governor has your ear? When you talk to him, does he listen?
The governor is accessible.
Good.
Not only to me, to everyone who comes on with good ideas.
No, I want you, because I want to send you. I want to send you to him. to take care of.
I believe he's also watching
to make sure that the 3.1 bags
yes
doesn't leave Kakamega County.
I don't want to say I will pick the message here, but he is also watching this show.
Okay.
He will be here to listen to your sentiments, and then we don't want to promise what we cannot do, but we are going to do our level best.
I'm thinking like this. We have partners out there who will be interested to partner with the county government of Kakamega.
Yes.
To make food security come true, right? Why don't we explore such a possibilities to make sure that when such a harvests are done, these farmers are not selling, especially to the middlemen who come in and exploit them? Why don't we have someone to take responsibility? Not necessarily the county government. There is something strange in this world called PPP. Why don't we explore that to make sure that this maize we are harvesting is not it's not ending up in someone's store, but it's taken care of to take care of the food security of the county?
It's true. We are working with quite a number of partners. We are very blessed in Kakamega.
Okay.
We are a community that is very welcoming. Like I can comfortably say we have 53 partners in agriculture.
Wow.
Those are many.
That's huge.
That's huge. And they have really supported us. Remember that the resources we are getting from national government is not enough. Even your own money that you have in the house is never enough.
No.
So we are inviting partners to come and help us.
Yes.
Towards ensuring that we keep our food secured. We are doing enough milestones, and we are going for more milestones to make sure that, just for an example, we have a partner by name KSEP Kral. They have been working in Likuyani and Lugari for around 5 years, and they have been promoting aggregation of maize. And by now, the farmers of Lugari and Likuyani can be able to come together, quite a good number of them, and put their maize together, put them in a common place, and be able to sell to good buyers and not the brokers, as you say.
Okay.
And I want to give an example of Majengo Farmers Cooperative in Lugari, where they aggregate their maize in store, and they have a contract with the World Food Program. They sell their maize at a good price at the right time to the World Food Program. They fetch better prices than the middlemen that will want to cheat our people.
And now that is what I'm against. Okay, I don't come from Kakamega, but that's what I'm against. Kakamega has 3 zones.
Yes.
South, Central, and North.
Yes.
When the South doesn't have maize, the North has maize. Why sell Kakamega maize to the World Food Program when South needs the maize? That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I'm getting your point. I indicated earlier that we have a program that's coming on board.
Okay.
That's National Agricultural Value Chain Development Program. It is going to work through cooperatives. And through those cooperatives, we will be able to aggregate the maize in the high producing zones and maybe link them to the market on the southern zone. So as you know, for you to be able to aggregate maize and sell to another zone, you require resources.
Yes.
So the program is going to give us resources through the SACCOs. And once the SACCOs have resources, they can be able to help the farmers to buy maize and sell on the southern.
Okay.
But also remember, we live in a free market.
Yes.
You cannot curtail somebody to
sell whatever they want to sell.
No. It's a free market. And if they feel they will get better prices from World Food Program, there's no way out.
I see you. Okay, before we talk about anything else, I want us to go outside the maize business.
Yes.
There are other products, beans. Are you doing sunflower?
Yeah, we are promoting sunflower through a partnership with the national government. Yes.
Then there is coffee, there is tea, there is sugarcane.
Yes.
And what else do we have?
You talked about tea, we have coffee, we have sugarcane, we talked about banana in the beginning, beans.
And potatoes and cassava.
Potatoes, of course, cassava.
Okay. Now,
And then we also have of course, the African leafy vegetables.
Okay.
We're also promoting that.
Well, an African man doesn't talk about vegetables.
We want to change that. We want a paradigm shift.
You see, these cash crops or these other crops that farmers have an access to me, I think they should be able to supplement in terms of income so that the maize is preserved. How are we doing as a county government to promoting these to protect the food?
I want to start with the central. We are promoting tea farming. Last financial year, we procured 400,000 tea seedlings from Kericho Tea Research. The reason why we went to the Kericho Tea Research, we want high quality tea leaves. We are supplying to our farmers free of charge to ensure that tea will give them an alternative source of income.
Okay.
We are promoting avocado. Majorly around Malava, we have a lot in Abaholo. We have a lot of avocado in Likuyani. We have developed and helped the farmers to have avocado cooperatives for farmers. We are looking forward to have a well-elaborate system of income generating through avocado farming. Avocado farming is a low-lying fruit whereby even with the 2 trees around your compound,
you can always
make some little money. We are promoting coffee. It's doing very well in the northern, and we are working with the farmers to ensure they also have coffee. We are also promoting sunflower, as you said. The other day we got 15,000. Those are 15 tons of sunflower.
Okay.
To the national government. We are working with AFA, and we supplied to all our wards free of charge. We have also had sensitization meetings with the farmers, and we are targeting them to plant in this short season.
Okay.
After you remove your maize from shamba, we realize that the land is usually idle
up to the next season.
Up to the next season. Why can't we do sunflower, which only takes 3 to 4 months to be ready? So as we are talking, sunflower is what we are promoting. What we're in the field now, we are planting sunflower.
Yes.
The national government has promised to give us a value addition machine. So far, they have committed to give us 3. I think by next month, we'll have 3 value addition machine. Once the sunflower is ready, we are going to aggregate, and then we can be able to produce oil.
Okay.
For our home use.
Yes.
And also we have the sunflower cake for our dairy farming. Yes.
When we come to sugarcane is a very hot political story. And you guys are hotter in terms of politics, so I'm not worried.
Yes.
Every time we talk about sugar, we think about Mumias. And the story of Mumias is a very painful one. What is the government thinking about sugar? And I also have something else I think. So you tell me what the government is thinking before I tell you what I think.
One thing I want to appreciate the effort that my governor is doing is Excellence FCA Finance Barasa. We managed to organize a sugar conference, which was well attended in Kakamega. And from that, which was the initiative of our governor, to organize such, to bring stakeholders, to bring sugar factory participants to come and see where can we take our people in terms of income generating through sugarcane farming.
Yes.
And in that forum, in that conference, there were decisions or there were issues that were discussed, and a way forward was marked, and where my governor was actually elected that day as the champion, actually is the champion for sugar farming in the region. And I believe that the sugar discussion is at an advanced stage. As a chief officer, I will not be able to make a lot of comment about it because it's a discussion that is even in the National Assembly. And I believe my governor has shown the goodwill to make sure that our people go back to where Mumias was changing lives, Mumias Sugar. of the people of Kakamega?
I want to tell you what I think Mumias should do.
Yeah.
Mumias has land, right?
Of course.
The nucleus. Go and tell the governor that I say
He's hearing you.
that the nuclear should be leased to private sector. That will remove the labor from the Mumias to the private sector. Then Mumias will be making sugarcane. Okay, will be getting the right sugarcane amounts without investing in labor. Okay, that is what I think. But I'm saying that to say this. Is there anything the county government is doing to support the small scale farmer of Kakamega who is interested? Someone has 1 acre or 2 acres of land, or even 5 acres, and okay, under 5 acres. This person wants bananas, this person wants 2 or 3 dairy cows, this person wants maize, this guy wants sugarcane, this guy wants coffees. And I said, what is it that the county government is able to do or is doing to sensitize this guy on what he needs to prioritize and what are the areas he should be able to concentrate more? Anything you're doing with the small scale farmer of Kakamega County to make sure that by the end of the season there is food on the table and there is also nutrition levels in the family at the sufficient levels.
I want to say that today the discussion that we are advancing, we are talking about food systems. Vis-a-vis, we have been talking about value chain discussions in agriculture. The difference between the two is that when you talk about food systems, we are not talking about a specific food crop like maize value chain or banana value chain.
Yes.
We are talking about a diverse way of incorporating all aspects that can be able to bring food on the table.
Yes.
So we are encouraging our farmers to diversify a small portion of maize, a small portion of African living vegetable, some bit of avocado in that small farm.
Yes.
So that when the avocado is out of season, then you can take a bit of vegetables to the market.
Okay.
And then we have poultry here. We are promoting poultry.
Poultry, okay.
We are promoting poultry. We are giving farmers a day-old chick. We are doing very well. We have also been supported by Kelcop. Is a project that we are doing. Is promoting also poultry. The National Agricultural Value Chain, one of chain development, one of the aspects it's promoting is Ingoho. So if we are looking at a holistic way where a farmer has Ingoho, has one dairy, a cow, has some African living vegetable, and some avocado, so that there is a continuous flow of income in that household. Not only planting 5 acres of sugarcane, and he has to wait for 18 months to harvest sugarcane.
All the while he's hustling to feed the family.
So that is the way we want to change. We want to go a more holistic way of farming.
Do we work? Are you? If I were you, I would be working with the university, for example. That is the biggest research institution we have. Is there anything in the works with the research institution and that you have in the county to make sure that there is food security in the county?
Yeah, I want to confirm that we are working with the university. We have a MOU with the Masinde Muliro University, which is our own within Kakamega County. We have close collaboration in terms of improving agricultural technology. Some of those researchers, like the cassava research, where we are looking at more resistant cassavas to diseases. We are working with Masinde Muliro. We have a very close collaboration with Calro, which is based in our county. There are advanced researches that they share with us. Like presently, they are supplying us with improved kienyeji, day-old chicken. So those are technologies and researches that we are leveraging to make sure that we improve our food production.
So what happens to the real kienyeji? What happens to the real kienyeji?
We will need to preserve our kienyeji. But at least as much as we want to preserve the kienyeji, we have to advance in terms of production.
We need to get the right income. Any short-term arrangements in this? Do you have, because most of these projects are long-term. for someone to do kienyeji or improved kienyeji, you're talking about 6 months plus for incomes to start coming in the family. But then these projects that, or these the interventions you guys have put in place, there must be short term and long term. When we talk about short term, what do we mean in terms of what you guys are doing?
In short term, you mean within a span of 3 months?
I don't know. Well, when the county government says short term, what does it mean? Because long term means it cannot go beyond 5 years when you guys will be elected out of office.
Of course, I don't want to buy that being elected out of office, because we are here to serve the people of Kakamega, and the people of Kakamega will decide if we stay or we don't stay. But by look of things, we are here to stay for another 10 years.
So the long term is 10 years. Good.
The long term is 10 years. So our plans are towards 2032.
Okay.
We will have served our people.
Okay.
We have ensured that there's wealth creation, there's good security, there is good governance, there is improved healthcare, and there is improved infrastructure in our county. So we are not talking about short term as if we are going out tomorrow. We are talking about long-term plans for our people of Kakamega.
But then as you talk about long-term plans, there must be short-term interventions that can be able to make Kakamega people comfortable.
One of it, as I've said, is the issue of food security, that we are having subsidized inputs. And it's across, it's not only, when we talk about subsidized input, we are not talking only about a maize crop. We subsidize fish feeds. We give our farmers.
By the way, at what stage is the fish farming?
The fish farming is doing very well. It's quite a big improvement. Our farmers, like now we are working with a program known as ABDB. We are giving pond liners to our farmers, free of charge. 782 is what we are going to supply pond liners to our farmers, small scale farmers. In addition to that complete system I told you, we also have, in that homestead, we want us to have fish as a source of protein. We are also giving them predator nets to ensure that their fish is secure in the ponds. We give them fingerlings, our farmers. Those are short term, because fish will be ready in less than 5 months, and a farmer will be able to sell and get income. Those are some of the initiatives that we are making sure that within a short term that we can be able to have improved food security for our people. Yes.
What are the challenges you guys are facing apart from Fernandez afanyangi kitu? What else? What other challenges?
There are quite a number of challenges, but we are not unique to other counties, because the challenge of cash flows. There's a problem of cash flows, and once you know there is a problem of cash flow, implementing some of those programs becomes a bit challenging. Political interference is common, and as leaders you must have muscles, so that when they demean you and say you are not doing anything, you soldier on, you look at the prize and not listen to naysayers. So basically we have political, we have financial constraints, but we are managing.
So there is this one of the things which I will have lively to talk about when we talk about cash flow. I know it's not within your docket, but Kakamega as is, it has a potential of having the right amount of own income. Especially the agricultural sector is also generating, because that's an agri-based. You guys are paying enough taxes to the finance department.
It's true.
Why do we lack money? Why do we want to wait for the county government? Why do we want to wait for the national government to supply us money when we can make own money?
I think the issue of you talk about own source revenue.
Yes.
Rome was not built in one day.
Okay.
We have started somewhere. If you look at our statistics from the time we came into office, the own source revenue has been improving. We have measures that we have been put in place. For example, we are bringing on source valuation roll. Valuation roll will help us to improve our own source revenue. We are trying to automate our collection systems. We are bringing on board automation system to help us to collect revenue, just to make sure that there are no revenue leakages. So with the time, we will be able to improve our own source revenue. But we want to say comfortably on this chair that and we can become self-sustained, because we get up to above 13 billion per year as a county from the exchequer. Vis-a-vis what we are able to collect, we might be depending on the national government for quite some time. Yes.
You see, for the last 15 years, you have gotten about just above 200 billion into the county government. Okay, into the county, when we go by 13 billion per year. When we look at where the county is in terms of where this money is going, why do we still have challenges in terms of seeing the money? Because where the money is, you can see.
I don't know what
200 billion is huge.
My friend, I don't know what you mean by seeing the money, because we have done a lot, quite a lot, as a county. And you come to the ground, you will see where that money is.
Okay.
That we can easily account even every one penny that we have got and have given service to our people.
Okay.
Yes. And we are committed to make sure that we get value for money as a county.
Another challenge I want you to look at is, how do we get to the farms?
How do we
get to the farms? Because it means we need a road. Yeah.
I don't want to advance so much discussion in terms of a docket that I don't.
No, we just dealing we're looking for food, but we need to get to the farm.
For us to get to the farm, we need good roads.
Yes.
We have a program that we are calling 10-kilometer program.
Okay.
And the governor has been able to do 10-kilometer road in every ward. That is job done, so that we can have access to the market. It is a program that will go on. It is not a one-off activity. We shall keep on improving our roads to make sure that people get. We are doing quite a number of tarmac roads that will improve our road networks.
Yes.
So that one can be seen on the ground. You saw my governor launch those roads. You have been seeing us in social media work.
Yes.
Yes.
It's what happens in the social media actually is different from what is real. But then another challenge that a viewer wants you to address is the extension officers. You see, that is every time we get an opportunity to talk about extension officers, we start looking at how the 70s and 60s did vis-a-vis what's happening.
Yes.
The department gets a bit of funding, right? But then you don't have the right numbers of extension officers. Don't you think that's a challenge? Because the information you want the farmers to get needs to come from your officer.
It is one of our challenges, but we are not saying that we should use it as a scapegoat of not working. Okay. Because as we stand, Kakamega County, every ward has an agricultural officer, and it's across the directorate that we have staff on the ground, and we are trying to reach our farmers despite the challenges in terms of resources. As I told you, resources are sometimes scarce, but we have leveraged on our good relationship with partners. Quite a number of partners are helping us to improve on extension. But of more importance, of more hope to our people, we have the program that is coming on board. As we talk, there's an advert that is running for agripreneurs. Agripreneur will also help us to improve on our extension service. Every ward, we are going to recruit 7 young men. These young men and women will be a link between the farmer and the agro dealers. And we are also going to equip them with modern technology, ICT equipment, where they can access information on good farming practice through those gadgets. So they will be teaching the farmers on farming practices and also linking them to agro dealers, to financial institutions, So that one will go a big way to improve our extension services. In Kakamega County, if you do 60 wards times 7, you're going to get 420 additional extension human resource.
Okay.
That one will be a big boost.
So it's in the works. It is something you are addressing.
Yeah, we are addressing that one.
What about training? Do you only train them, or there is a place where you also train the farmer through them, or do you put them in one place and you train both of them at the same time?
The issue of agricultural practice is a continuous training process. We have times that we call our agriculture officers to do short trainings, so that they are TOTs, they are trainers of trainers. They will make groups and go and train them. Then we have lead farmers. The lead farmers will train their other farmers. It has worked very well in Lugari. I want to, with a lot of humility, to mention one, Mr. Imbusi. Mr. Imbusi is one of our best farmers. Last year we celebrated the World Food Day. We hosted the World Food Day in Bukura ATC, and he is the farmer that we awarded as the best farmer in Kakamega County because of mentoring others towards good farming practices.
Wow. So as we come to the end of the program, I would like you to look at Kakamega County from south to north and just talk to them. What is it that the department is doing?
What I want to say is that to our farmers, the Kakamega farmers, the Kakamega people, because most of us are farmers, if not all of us, that His Excellency Fernandez Barasa is determined to make sure that we become food secure. He has given us resources, and our work as his food soldiers is to make sure that the resources reach you, the services reach you. We are determined to make sure by the time that you will give Fernandez Barasa to lead you people, that we are going to improve our food security systems. But to caution, I want to request my farmers, my good farmers, let's not listen to politics. We cannot politicize the issue of livelihood. You cannot become a better person if your people are sleeping hungry. So let's move away from politics and go to the shamba and work. We need to commercialize our farming activity. It is so unfair if we can get vegetables from another county, yet we have a lot of rains in Kakamega. We want to sell Ingoho out. My friend, it's very bad to get Ingoho being brought to Kakamega. So we have the market within ourselves. Let's commercialize, let's have enough food to sell, to eat and sell. Then we shall be talking about wealth creation, riches. Twende shambani, tutoke kusimama kando ya barabara kupiga siasa.
Okay. There is these aggregation zones that are headed to become white elephants. They are not yet, but are headed.
That is your sentiment. It's not mine. I want to have, and I always advocate. I've been a teacher for quite a number of years.
Okay.
I've been a teacher for 18 years. That's quite a good experience. And I know positive mindset changes a human being.
Yes.
So I want to start on a positive mindset that these aggregation centers are going to work. They have worked in other countries. Why not Kenya? We only need to have proper organization. When the government sets those aggregation centers, when we create good structures, they will not become white elephants. We will be able to export. And unless we export, this issue of borrowing in left, right must come to an end. You saw what happened the other day, and Gen Zs were telling us to leave the offices. It is because they are seeing that if we don't wake up, we might not be able to sustain ourselves in future.
Yes, yes.
So they say change or change will change you. So aggregation centers must work. It's not an issue of they might not work, no.
One last thing I want you to tell the viewer, especially Kakamega County farmer, how can they take your county government to account? How can they make you accountable?
Very good. We are in the process of establishing a call center. This is in the spirit of open governance. So the farmers can be in a position to raise their issues. And once the issues raised come to us, we will be able to address them. We do public participation. We tell them what we have planned for them, what we are doing for them. So they have a marking scheme for us. And we have given them a platform to reach us. So with that platform, we will be held accountable to what we are doing. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. It's 1 minute to 10 o'clock. We have to come to an end of this program. Mr. Emmanuel Kariuki is the Chief Officer in the Department of Agriculture. Crop what? What is the name of the department?
The department is called Crop Development and Irrigation.
Okay, that is what he is the chief for. By the way, say hi to your colleagues.
Thank you.
We look forward to interacting a little more.
Thank you.
On behalf of Calvin Kibet, who is directing this show, I want to invite you to look forward to the next week on Tuesday, where we'll be interacting with someone else on different things. Follow this conversation on X at WestTV_Kenya. It's actually live on YouTube. Whenever you're on social media, please leave a comment, subscribe, share, and like. On Facebook, it's West TV Kenya, and you can also follow me at Mr. Kitui on X, Kitui Owasimiti on Facebook. On behalf of everyone who made this successful, this is CKS.